You and Chris are going to be in here talking about God knows what.
Oh, man.
That'd be cute. Maybe on your birthday.
On a birthday?
Yeah.
What you going to do on my birthday?
We're going to talk about you.
Oh, okay. You going to pull that microphone a little bit closer to
Me
you?
and Chris are going to talk about you.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Gonna be fun.
We'll interview different people, Chris.
Yes.
We'll have a schedule.
Guest host.
Yes. Is that not? That's an idea. That's a good idea.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Retro Show. As they plot my demise.
Yes.
Hey, just for the record, I didn't say bring Debbie in here. Butch said if Debbie comes, she can jump in. I was like, oh, I need my backup, baby.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Still got to get her that Team Chris shirt to wear.
Hadn't seen it yet, Chris.
I know. I need to order it and get
Awesome.
that in here. Actually, that would be funny.
Yeah. You're going to have to come up with a design.
I have it.
You
It's
have
literally
to-
out there at our store, which, by the
Ooh.
way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Debbie. You can go to retroshow.net, and you can hit our store there, and you can actually buy yourself a Team Chris shirt.
Our Team Butch shirt.
Yeah.
Team Chris and Team Butch ball caps.
There you
A
go.
retro show shirt.
Yeah, or a Retro Show shirt, or Retro Show beer steins, coffee mugs.
I've got a coffee mug.
Yeah.
I do.
So
Okay.
they're out there. They're out there.
Absolutely.
You can get them. You can. I apologize for the shipping prices, but you can get them. You sure can. Folks, a Retro Show is
An homage.
to growing up when we did in the 70s and 80s. And see, Debbie, we got this down like a well-oiled machine.
I see that.
We're like we play off each other
Like an old married couple.
like an old. Well, wait.
Well,
Well, now.
I mean,
Like an
I
odd
did live with him first. I'm
I'm
saying.
telling you.
Yeah, that's true.
You had him first, Chris.
Well,
Wait,
let's
no.
not go there. No.
As a live-in roommate.
Yes.
Yes, no, that's true.
Yes.
Yes.
And a ride every now and then.
And a rye, yes, and
when stuff went awry.
a rye. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, no. No.
I don't know if anybody noticed the Easter decor behind your head, Butch,
That's
on the
awesome.
coffee
Hang
bar.
on a sec, y'all. I'm about to move the camera
you-
around
yes,
here. Now,
I-
please notice the
I did that just for the show.
See? It's got the springtime
Hang on,
theme
man.
there.
We can get dual cameras on this.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Look at that, folks. You're seeing that in stereo.
Yeah.
You're seeing. Put on your 3D glasses and see if it looks like it's coming at your head. Turn this back around here.
Technology, baby. Technology.
That's right. It's technology. Just got back from the gym.
I did.
What'd y'all do tonight?
Well, it was not a class tonight, so I walked, and then it was arm night. It was arm night, but I still did the leg press because I love the leg press.
You like the leg press?
The leg press is
And
my
so
favorite.
she can. And she's trying to get where she can just kick me
I
right
can
in the
kick
head.
butt.
As opposed to.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm mentally kicking his butt every day.
Right?
You know, here's the thing right here is that we have been married now for 37 and almost and a half years. And it's not that I know she loves me,
was
but
there.
sometimes if we're walking downstairs and she's behind me, I get a little nervous.
Sure.
You know, one push down the stairs.
I mean, you didn't tell her about that big life insurance.
Oh,
policy.
she knows all about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows all about the life insurance policy. I don't know if she may have a couple taken out on me. I
No,
don't know.
listen, you don't have to ever worry about me pushing you down the stairs, but slap you on the hind end, yeah. I've done that a few times.
You know why? I got a cute tushy. That's it. Actually, I got old man butt. I really don't have
Y'all,
much
I'm
of
going
one.
to take a break and go barf.
Actually, I got old man butt. I don't really have one anymore.
All right, enough about your butt.
No, you can never talk enough about my butt.
Yeah.
But,
But-
I
let's
think
go.
Chris is done.
We've got a
However,
topic.
ladies and gentlemen, the topic today, I think I about to scared everybody off.
Yeah.
Come on back now. You can hear.
Walk into the light, children.
Walk into the light. Folks, the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 1981. So the way I want to go through these.
Welcome to our time machine.
Welcome to our time machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at number 100, and we're going to start working our way back. And if an artist or song does not register us. We're just going to keep on rolling. Now, if we hit one that we like and we want to talk about, we're going to. But we're going through all 100 tonight, kids. So get ready.
So, I mean, props to Butch for the show notes and everything, but you would think if he was going to start at 100 and work his way back, he would have reversed the stapled order here. But I'm just saying. What would you have done, Debbie? Would you have started with 100 on the first page?
I'd have started with 1.
Huh? No, I mean, if you're going to count down from 100 to 1, when you have put
I would have
100?
started with 100, yes.
Yeah, right.
You guys are killing me.
Well.
I have a limited amount of time. I actually have, I like you all work, and so I have to take care of this. And you know who cooks dinner? Do you know? Yeah.
Because I work later.
Listen.
Because she works later than me.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. That's about how much I care.
That's about how much you
Yes.
care. Ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, you can also support this podcast should you choose to.
After this show, probably.
Go to retroshow.net. You can support the podcast. And we're going to stop right now. And we're going to say thank you to all of our producers.
Absolutely.
These are the wonderful people who support the Retro Show with a monthly contribution of $3. LNC Corporation, Roger McDougall, Melinda Hignite, Dusty Breeze, Kevin Goff, Norton, Chris B, Nancy Schwartz, Joshua Ramsey, Fran Adams, EM, Bradford Mason, Tonya Highland. Thank you to all of our fantastic supporters. Find out how you can support the podcast by heading to retroshow.net. Thank you.
Hey guys, we're back on the Retro Show, and the topic of today's show is we're looking at the top 100 year-end songs from Billboard Magazine for the year 1981. The year 1981, a momentous year in music.
It was.
A momentous year for us because it's the year Debbie and I met. Did you know this? This is a true story.
I did know that.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
the year Debbie and I met. Yeah. It's a true. We were children's.
That would have been about right.
That's
yeah.
about the time Chris and I met.
Yeah.
It was.
It
Because
was.
we were in choir together.
In choir. In choir.
Yep.
That's how you say it. Choir.
Yeah, because Monty graduated in the spring of 81. This
he
would have been the
did.
fall of 81.
It had been the fall of 81.
Yeah.
You probably don't even remember this, Chris. But we actually met before then because you had come over with the Clegg boys for some reason to my backyard, and
I had
y'all
caught
had
a-
catfish.
I had caught that
And
big
Chris
12
chased me
catfish.
around the yard with a bag of catfish guts.
As people do.
I mean,
As people do.
seemed like the thing to do at the time.
Yeah, seemed like the thing to do at the time.
I do not. I remember bringing the catfish over.
He did. He chased me with catfish guts.
The Clegg twins show up at my house.
This is when they had hair, right?
Yes. And they show up at my house and they said, "Man, there's a catfish in Papa's pond."
Was that this same catfish?
Yes.
Oh.
And man, he's done broke us off like 3 times. I said, "Do y'all want me to come over there and catch that catfish for you?" "Man, you can come over there, but it's a monster, man. It's a monster." We go over there.
He's doing a spot on
Oh my gosh, he is.
Clegg impersonation.
And I went over there and I caught a 12-pound catfish. And we took it to Ricky and Ronnie's and Debbie's house.
Y'all
To
nailed
skin
it
it.
to a tree
Yep.
back there.
Yeah, that's how you
Skinned
skin
it.
those things.
Yep.
Man, that's a big old catfish.
Yep. And Vince cooked it for us
Oh.
over on Independence.
Oh, yeah, back.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure
I remember
did.
those days. So, guys, getting into today's topic, we're talking the Billboard Hot 100 year-end songs of 1981. And here's something that, before we get started on this list, and let me go ahead and just tell the people listening, we're going to basically blow through this thing unless we mention a song or an artist we really like, and we're going to talk about it.
You can skip these first 3.
Yeah.
No, we got to go through them. No,
going
The
actually.
only one I know is I'm Coming Out.
Yeah, well, I know Miss Sun. But guys, in order. Okay, so number 100, Time is Time, Andy Gibb. Okay, Andy Gibb would, I don't know that song, so we're going to
I know Andy Gibb songs, but I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either. So, Chris has lost himself into laughter here.
I'm laughing at you. Guys, did coming in order.
In order. The clipboard of fun.
I have the clipboard of fun. We got to stay with the clipboard of fun.
Oh, gosh.
So, number 99, Miss Sun by Skaggs. What? Listen, I love Boz Skaggs.
I like Boz Scaggs.
That's
I
some
don't
good stuff.
recognize that song.
I do.
How does it go, Butch?
Oh, I'm not going to sing it right now.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not. Now, I might play a clip
Sing the
in here.
melody.
No. But
would
anyway, well, listen, I'll leave this next one for Chris. Diana Ross, I'm coming out. Go ahead, Chris, sing that.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
Yep, see?
See there?
We got this.
All right. 7 Year Ache by Roseanne Cash is number 97. I told you they beat up on me and they team up against me.
I like that song too. I do know that song.
You know that song?
I do. Tell me you're trying to cure a 7-year ache.
Yep.
See how much your old heart can take.
See, here's what I like about the Billboard charts back then, and you're going to see this as it goes on. There are country acts on there. Mm-hmm. There are top 40 acts on there. There's rock acts in here.
Yeah.
There's jazz acts in here. It's like at that time, music was not so.
Genre.
Yeah, it was literally based on radio.
Now, your
airplay.
stations were. Your
Yeah.
radio stations
Yes.
were.
But this is the Billboard Hot 100.
Right.
So this would be like your top 40 radio stations. They'd play, basically whatever was in the top 40. Number 96, I Really Want to Know You by Gary Wright.
I remember that song.
I know that song.
I like that song.
And Gary,
remember it.
I really want to know you. I really want to show you the way I'm feeling.
Yep, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Gary
good one.
Wright is all, but he's best known for what song? Do you know?
Gary Wright.
Dreamweaver.
Hey, Can I answer?
Ooh.
I don't know, Chris. Can you?
Well, I don't know if you give a man a time.
He's just yapping.
Yeah, he is, man.
Yes. When he says, "I'll snap on camera." All right, number 95, Sheena Easton and Modern Girl. That was kind of the first year Sheena Easton came out, was in 81.
I don't remember that
I don't
song.
remember that song either.
I loved Sheena Easton.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're just at 95, so it was a
Okay.
lower charting one. Next one, the first time I'd ever heard anything by this band was then.
Do-do-do-do.
94 was Whip It by Devo.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Crack that whip! Chris and I know an alternate version, but we're not going to get into that right now. Number 93 is the Beach Boys Melody by the Beach Boys. I don't remember that
know
being
that either.
released.
The Beach Boys Melody?
Yeah. Now, at
Medley.
number 92 on the
Medley.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah. The number 92 on the list was a big movie that
That
year.
was Sheena Easton. Mhm.
And that was Sheena Easton also, and For Your Eyes Only. And we talked about that we
James
have to
Bond.
do a James Bond
Yeah,
episode.
definitely.
Okay, we're going to chase that rabbit right now. Favorite Bond?
Oh, Daniel Craig for sure.
Daniel Craig? I agree.
Absolutely. I mean,
I
right
think-
behind. Before then, it was Sean Connery.
Before then, but Daniel Craig, I think, nailed that role. What do you
I
think,
rem-
Dan?
Sean Connery has a sex appeal that Daniel Craig has, but not quite as much. I'm going to say Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
The movies are better with Daniel Craig.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's hard to say. I'm like you, Chris. I like both those guys.
I do.
Yeah.
Sean Connery's role, I mean, for Bond was really close to what Daniel Craig's was.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get away with that with all the stuff they were doing in the Daniel Craig movies.
Yeah.
Here's
at that
what I
time.
liked about the Daniel Craig Bond is, unlike when Your Eyes Only came out, it was Roger Moore. Roger Moore never got his tuxedo messed up. He never got bloodied up or anything. Daniel Craig got whooped.
Yeah, a
He
bunch.
was beat.
It was more real. It was more
It's
true to life. More real life.
It's more like the novels, actually, if you ever read those. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I loved about it, though? All of them. After he would be in a fight and rolling around in the dirt, fighting somebody hanging off the edge of a building, and then he's got his suit on. He's like pulling those sleeves down, those cufflinks, and
Yeah.
kind of primping
Putting it
himself.
up.
It's funny.
And
So I remember right before Casino Royale came out with Daniel Craig.
yeah.
And they knew Bond. It was in Reader's Digest. It said, Daniel Craig said, I've read all of the books and I'm going to take Bond in a new direction. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, okay, jackass. George Lazenby tried this and he lasted one movie. Yeah, we're going to see how this goes. But when that movie came out,
It was a good movie.
It was
Oh,
great.
oh,
Oh,
man.
I was in. I was all in.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
great
Me
movie.
too.
Number 91 for that year was Suddenly by Olivia Newton-John and Cliff
Oh, that's
Richard.
a good one.
That is a
I
good
love Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, we've talked about that
Yes,
before. That's one of our
love her.
favorite bits. on here. Yeah,
Oh,
love her.
she's gorgeous in that video with that dude that's not nearly as gorgeous as she is.
She ain't as gorgeous as she is in them tight skin black pants and grease.
She was
At the end
all
of the
I
day.
got chills.
Yes, I did.
They
She's
multiply.
Awesome. She's awesome.
Number 90, Hall & Oates, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling, which is a remake.
And they was
That's
a
Everly
great
Brothers,
one.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a
Everly
really-
Brothers or Ivory Brothers?
No, who
Everly
was
Brothers.
that?
I think it.
Don't make a liar out of me. I know it was some brothers, but I don't know if it was Everly.
Righteous Brothers.
Righteous Brothers. Thank you, Debbie.
It is. I
Yes,
think it
it
is
was the
Righteous
Righteous
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Debbie for the win, ladies and gentlemen, on the music trivia.
You know what? I'm going to
Ding.
look that up and make sure she got that.
She did. I'm telling you. Let's see. Number
Hell, I didn't know you wanted to help with the class, Mr. Helper.
Mr. Helper. Say it. Say it. Oh, Mr. Helper. Chris is being Mr. Helper right now. Debbie's going to come in with "Don't fact check me." So,
No, she's not going to do that. I just.
yeah, it was the Righteous Brothers. I
Okay,
believe.
man. Okay, I believe you, but I'm going to find out.
But she's going to find out for himself. He has to know.
Do you have a problem with him finding out?
No.
He does.
Well, I just have to edit things sometimes, keep things rolling. But I probably won't because
yeah.
this is entertaining to the masses.
Okay. Moving on.
Good. Okay. Are we good? Mm-hmm. Can we go now? Okay.
I don't know.
If you will.
Number. I'm going to laugh myself stupid for the end of this. 89, I Made It Through the Rain by Barry Manilow. I don't remember that song at all.
I don't either.
Now, I do know the next one, number 88.
I do too.
Smoky Mountain Rain, Ronnie Millsap. I love that song.
One of the best songs ever written.
It really
Smoky
is.
Mountain Rain.
Yeah, I love that
Smoky
one.
Mountain Rain.
She's somewhere in the
Ronnie
Smoky
Millsap.
Mountain Rain. I love it.
I think he's still around, isn't he?
Who?
Ronnie Millsap? I haven't heard of him
I
dying.
don't know.
I don't know
but
if he's
I
still
love
around
him.
either, but yeah, he was great. He had a string of hits
He did.
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Did
and
he
80s.
write them?
I'm not sure if he wrote those at all or not, but boy, he sure could perform them. I can tell you that. Next one on the list, number 87, is one of my favorites by this group, and that's Heart, Tell It Like It Is. I think Ann Wilson sings
Tell
that.
it like it is. I don't guess I know that song.
It was, well, I'm not going to sing a Heart song, but yeah. Oh, you've heard it.
Okay. I take
trust
your
me.
word for it.
Yeah, number 86, John Lennon, and this is posthumously, by the way, Watching the Wheels.
I know that
80?
song. Yes.
Yeah, so this
I
charted
actually
after.
had that on a 45.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. Very good song. Number 85 on the Hot 100 of 1981, What Kind of Fool? Barbara Streisand and Barry Gibb.
Moving on. 84.
Moving on. But, okay, 84, I'm going to tell you right now, is one of my favorite songs from that year, and that's Winning by Santana.
I like that song.
I love that song.
I would have to hear it.
I love it. That's one of my favorite songs.
You would know
from
that
it.
song.
Yeah.
I'm winning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
winning.
Number 83, Pat Benatar, Treat Me Right.
Anything
Oh, I
by
like Pat.
Anything by Pat Benatar, excellent.
I like to sing Pat Benatar songs.
You
on
do, and she's
karaoke
guys. I'm
night.
telling you right now, this woman can karaoke some Pat Benatar.
She can sing.
She can karaoke her some Pat Benatar and do it right. Hold On Tight by ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Now, chasing a rabbit here. My son Ryan loves him some ELO, and I'm telling you that if Jeff Lynne ever tours ELO again, I'll have to take him because he
As
loves it.
opposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, not taking him.
Don't you go to a lot of concerts anyway?
Yes, I
Okay.
do, as opposed to not going. We actually have 3 on the list right now. You're going with me in 2 weeks, right? Or did you ever get the time off to do that?
To what?
Remember, we're going to Fayetteville to see
I thought we
Vandenberg.
talked about this.
So we're good?
Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, just making sure, dude.
I can't remember if we're good or not. So to be honest with you, I know we had this discussion, and I told you I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
But it's on like a school night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have school the next day?
I got work.
Oh, work.
But you wanted to leave early, weren't you?
Yeah, we're leaving about noon, probably.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Sorry.
we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll take this off camera, and I'll beat that part. So we did Hold On Tight by ELO. So the next one is another good song. I know Debbie likes this one. That is Pablo Cruz, Cool Love.
I
At
love
number
that
80.
song. Yes.
Pablo Cruz is one of those, remember we did the Yacht Rock episode.
Uh-huh.
Pablo Cruz is one of those, man, almost all of their music shows up on the Yacht Rock. It's just laid back, good, and they had a lot of 70s and 80s hits, and this is one of those. Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg, which
Great
is
song.
still played around holiday season here. It's kind of a New Year's Day song, and that comes in at number 79 for 1981. This next one, I'm going to be honest with you, don't know it. You know it?
You know,
Sweet Baby by Stanley Clarke and George Duke.
but I know 77.
Yep. So tell us about 77.
Alabama was tearing it up.
Oh, I love
They were
Alabama.
tearing it up.
Yeah, they did.
That I think that's off the Dixieland Delight
That
album.
It
feels
is.
so right.
And that album was huge.
It was big.
I mean, it's a
huge.
country album, but it was huge. Everybody was listening to Alabama.
And I think from here on out, almost everything that we have coming up on this list, we know.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
pretty
know.
sure.
The next one, 76,
Huge.
Billy Squier, The Stroke. We
Huge,
talked about
huge,
Billy
huge.
Squier more than once. And that Don't Say No album was absolutely phenomenally huge in 81.
Yes.
And then the next one on the list, and like I said, one thing I like about these is a mixture of genres here. This is country, Eddie Rabbitt, and Step by Step.
Yep. Eddie Rabbitt was tearing stuff up.
He was tearing it up during that time. Number 74, All Those Years Ago by George Harrison. It's a good
That's
song.
a good song.
That's a good song. That was written after John Lennon passed away, because that also has the other Beatles coming in to play backup on that one.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
so when George Harrison passed away, they did a tribute to him, and his son was playing. Tom Petty was playing. It was
Yeah.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Oh man,
And Prince comes in and plays the lead.
that's amazing.
Holy smokes.
It was good stuff, huh?
Y'all look this up on YouTube and watch,
Oh,
and
I'm
watch
gonna do that
Prince
tonight.
play the guitar. Holy smokes.
First of all, that's one of my favorite Beatles songs.
Oh, yeah.
Is While My Guitar Gently
Well, I
Weeps.
mean, I'm a huge Beatles fan. So,
Yeah. Oh, me too. And a lot of the George Harrison stuff is some of my favorite
yeah,
songs.
I like it as much as Paul McCartney's singles.
Yes.
Or solo stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Stevie Wonder, Ain't Gonna Stand for It. Never heard of that one before. But way to go, Stevie. Number 72, Steely Dan. Hey 19. I didn't know that was. I thought that was a 70s song. I
did
didn't
too.
think it was that late.
I mean,
in
it's Steely Dan,
1981.
so
Yeah. Steely Dan, here's the thing about them. Their production was so good that I knew and a broadcast engineer from back in the day that you would tune your FM radio stations to get the right sound out of them. And I remember all the way back then, he was tuning K-Lat 94, which back in the day sounded fantastic.
Yep.
And it had a signal that would go
I don't
way far
I'm not
out.
really sure, Butch. I didn't listen to much K-Light. Anyway, go
Oh,
ahead.
I know you did, but I had to because I worked there. But he tuned the radio station using
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan. He said because the production is so good that it's easy to tune it.
It really makes sense. I mean, it does.
The 71, The Police, Don't Stand So Close to Me.
They were taking off and becoming really big.
Yeah, that I'm going to be honest. That's probably my favorite Police song. I'm not a huge fan. I
not
can't
a big
tell
fan of
you
Police,
that
yeah.
I'm not a big Police fan.
Some of their
but-
songs, I really like Sting. I like his voice.
Yeah, I do too.
I like
Roxanne.
all I can see is Eddie Murphy doing that in 48 hours.
Yeah, Roxanne.
He's got his headphones on. You don't have to work for money.
Number 70 on the list, Neil Diamond, Hello Again. But
Oh, that's a good song.
Neil Diamond though, I'm sorry. Sweet Caroline will always be the Neil Diamond song.
No, Coming to America
Well, that's a good one as well.
is the number one. No,
Yes.
that in my mind.
Let's see. Number 69 was Master Blaster, Jammin' Stevie Wonder. Don't know it. Do you know it?
Nope, I don't know
Nope.
And I like Stevie Wonder.
I do
but,
too.
I mean, I just don't
Listen,
remember the songs.
okay, Rabbit, my favorite Stevie Wonder song, Superstition.
Is that the one?
Absolutely.
There is superstition.
That's good. That's got. We got to keep that.
Oh no, it's staying. You ain't going nowhere. That might start the
I like
podcast.
that song.
That might just start the podcast. I'm just telling you.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was
I love
great. The next song on this list, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like this song, and I like the guy that sings it. It's Steve Winwood. While You See a Chance. I like a lot of his stuff. I like his stuff going back to Traffic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you ever listen to much Traffic?
Yeah.
I love Traffic. Traffic's awesome.
Great. And
That's
he
Steve
was
Winwood.
like
That was Steve Winwood and
Clapton. Was Clapton in Traffic?
I don't think so.
No, who was that in Traffic?
I'm trying. I could have told you yesterday, but not today.
Yeah, but he was like 17 when he was in Traffic. He was young, 17, 18 years old. He's just a teenager, and had that voice, because Traffic did Give Me Some Lovin', and then he goes on to this great solo career. But While You See a Chance, I really like that one. Speaking of Eric Clapton, at number 67 for the year 1981, I Can't Stand It by Eric Clapton.
I got to see him in Memphis.
I never got to see Eric Clapton.
It was good. I kept expecting B.B. King to walk out on stage. I really did.
Oh, because he was in Memphis?
Yep.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Number 66 by the Alan Parsons Project, Games People Play. I like that song. That's one that I'll stop and listen to. Number 65, and I didn't realize this was 1981. I thought this was earlier.
I knew it was 81, and I'll tell you why. Because Monty used to listen to this before every football game his senior year.
That's a good one.
And that song was huge that year. It really was.
Another one, Bites the Dust by Queen, is what we're talking about, y'all. There's a lot of Queen stuff I really, really like.
Oh, I love Queen.
Yeah, I do too. Number 64 was Arthur's Theme, The Best That You Can Do by Christopher Cross. And I remember that being a big movie that year. Arthur. Had Dudley Moore, Liza Minnelli, and John Gielgud in there.
Oh, man, nobody plays a drunk better than Dudley Moore.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a huge movie.
It was.
Yeah,
back
it
then.
was.
Of course, everything was a big movie in Conway because you had two to pick from.
It was
Yeah.
it was a big movie, though.
It
was a big movie.
That
It was
one,
really good. It was a good movie.
Did Tootsie come out this year, too?
I don't know.
I think that was 82, but I'm not sure.
It was big.
Yeah. Number 63, and this is the first time we heard this guy on the radio, probably. That was John. He was known as John Cougar then, before he became John Cougar Mellencamp, or just now John Mellencamp.
He was
but that
Johnny Cougar in the Zones before that.
Yes, and who did he get booed off the stage opening for, Chris?
Kiss. That's a true
Whoever
story.
put that concert tour together?
Were you guys at that show?
I was.
Chris was.
79. That was my first
79.
rock concert. Kiss.
But Ain't Even Done with the Night, which is a great song, by the way.
Oh, I love that song. That's a good. To me, that's one of his best.
Yeah. Now, Debbie, your favorite Neil Diamond song is at 62, and that is America.
Yeah. You know what I loved about that song? Do you guys remember when the Olympics were in? Was it Salt Lake City? And it was in Salt Lake City, and they had like the opening ceremonies, and then and I think it was. Who's the politician who took it over? Romney. He did a bang-up job, whatever you think about him politically, because they had like the cowboys and they had the Indians, and then there were scenes of like people on ships, and they played that song.
Yeah, Coming to America.
And I don't know, it just made you so proud. It made you kind of
the 84 Olympics.
it was
No,
wonderful.
it wasn't 84.
It'd have to be. It ain't gonna be an 82.
No, I mean, they used it after.
I understand
Yes,
that.
for
That's
the
what I was saying.
Olympics.
The 84 Olympics.
Yes.
They
But
used
not
this
so-
song for the 84 Olympics.
They did?
Yeah. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
you said Salt Lake. Salt Lake was not the 84 Olympics. Los Angeles was
Then
the
it was Los
84
Angeles.
Olympics.
No, but this was in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Whatever
That's
year
where the
that
Olympics-
was. It was in
if it's
Salt
Salt
Lake.
Lake, that would have been the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
okay. Well, there
but
you go.
just the opening ceremonies, they used that song. It was great.
Well, cool.
It'll make you proud to be an American.
American.
Now we're in Wonderland, folks. We have tripped and fallen down the rabbit
Yes.
hole.
It was Butch's fault because he didn't know what we were talking about.
Damn, yeah, right, Butch. It's your
Exactly.
fault.
It's
Which is
always my
like
fault.
90% of our convos these days. Butch and I would be like, are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah. No. Here's our conversations.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Ladies and gentlemen who are watching this right now, I want you to look at me and I want you to understand what I'm about to say is the absolute truth. And Chris goes through the same thing, and every guy our age goes through the same thing because we can't hear as good anymore. They'll go to the other side of the house before I hear, and I'm like, what?
And then you get, I can't hear you. Never mind.
Never mind. Thank you. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk today. I'll hear about this later.
It's a true story, though. He's right.
It is a true story. A Little in Love by Cliff Richard. Cliff Richard
That's a very cute song.
has very good songs.
It's
He
really
had
sad. I don't know that song.
Cliff Richard had
a
hits.
little in love, you are a little in love.
It's a
Yeah,
pop
you do.
song. It's a good
With
song.
someone just like me.
Yeah.
At this time, that's why I didn't know the song.
Yeah.
Me
I didn't listen to
when
music.
love. Yeah.
Debbie's
like-
just going to sing it.
I'm just going to sing the whole thing because I want Chris to know it.
I went,
okay.
Chris, you got to know this, man.
Damn it, I'm okay.
Number 6. I'm fine. Now, I saw this next gentleman open up for Charlie Daniels
bet
later
that was
this
good,
year.
too.
And that is, at number 60, it was Delbert McClinton, Giving It Up for Your Love. I love that song. That's a good blues-based song. He's basically a kind of a blues player, and he kind of had this crossover hit that came there. Number 59, Stop Dragging My Heart Around by Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty.
Awesome.
That's one of the better rock duets that was ever put together right there.
Absolutely. They complement each other well.
They
Yeah,
really
they
did.
did. Yeah. Now, when we saw Tom, did he do that song or did he?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I just remember them people spilling beer on us,
Yeah.
and Butch went off. Okay, we're fixing to have to fight this section. It's going to
Yeah.
be all right, though.
Number 58, Gary U.S. Bonds. I have a story about that involves her brother.
U.S. bonds?
No, Gary U.S. Bonds, this little girl, number 58. We never heard of it.
Okay.
Number 57, Da Do 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 Da 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 Da
Oh, I like that
by
song.
the Police. The Police.
I'm surprised I like it because it was the police.
I know. She wasn't a big Police fan, Chris.
Except Roxanne.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Roxanne!
You don't have to sell your body to the night. Oh my.
Welcome to the podcast, John.
Hi, folks. You sure you want to support us? You want to support this kind of behavior?
Oh, my goodness.
Are you crossing your eyes? You look cross-eyed over there because you're looking at that camera. Because you're looking at that camera, your eye looks crossed.
For the record, I didn't have anything to do with it.
She loves me. She does. Number 56. We're not even halfway through this yet. You people are just insane.
Because you're talking so much, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Who's Crying Now? Journey. Who's Crying Now? Journey. That's her first showing up on this list here. That's a big album.
It is. I remember riding in the car with Karen Davis and her mom listening to that song going to junior high
Wow. That was a big one.
when I was in the 8th grade.
Number 55. A country song. Dottie West and Kenny Rogers, What Are We Doing in Love? Number 54. I know you know this one. Too Much Time on My Hands by Styx. That's Paradise Theater album.
Ryan loves that song.
Big album. He does like that one quite a bit. Number 53. Never heard of them. Tierra, Together. Bye, Tierra. Never heard of you. Someone out there who is a big Tierra fan is screaming at the screen right now. I can't believe you don't know who Tierra is. I'm sorry, I don't. Number 52, More Than I Can Say, Leo Sayer. I know that song. Number 51, another country act that crossed over. It was Terry Gibbs and Somebody's Knocking.
That was a big song.
That's a
That's
big
a
song.
good song.
One of my favorite, and this ends up on any list of forgotten classics, and that is number 50. It's Sweetheart by Frankie and the Knockouts.
I love that song.
I love that song. That's a great song. Number 49, Chris never heard of it, but you know. Number 49, Hungry Heart, Bruce Springsteen.
Sorry.
Moving on. Number 48, Time by the Alan Parsons Project. Alan Parsons had some pretty good songs.
He
back in
did.
the day.
Is that the time flowing like a
River.
river?
Yeah.
I did not like that song.
Okay.
To the sea.
But yet, there you are singing.
But it was drilled into my head. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 47, the Greg Kihn Band, the breakup song. They don't ride them like that anymore.
That was a good song.
I do know
Yeah.
that song.
It's a good song. Ladies and gentlemen, the karaoke queen sitting across from me has sang this next song at a karaoke
Hit me with your best shot.
by Pat Benatar.
Absolutely.
Yep. Number 45, How About Us by Champagne. How About Us? I know that song.
Vaguely, I remember
Vaguely know that song. Number 44, I Don't Need You by Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers tore it up.
that. He did.
Man,
had
he
some
was
great songs,
he was
story
huge.
songs.
He was huge. The late
Yes.
70s, all the way through the mid 80s. Several movies. Some of his songs were made out of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a solid gold-plated toilet in his house.
You know, our last 2 year, I think 11th grade and 12th grade, or it might have been 10th and 11th, our closing song in our marching band they were Kenny Rogers songs.
Yeah.
She Believes in Me.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
even now.
Even now. Number 43 on the top 100 of 1981. Chris has their greatest hits at
No,
all times.
I do not.
It's Hall & Oates and You Make My Dreams. Chris doesn't like Hall & Oates, so
don't.
just thought I'd let you know.
I don't like them or Air Supply.
Butch loves Air Supply.
I know.
I do not.
Duran Duran. I mentioned it pretty much.
I
on the
like
show.
I like Duran Duran.
I'm not a
actually.
I love
Duran
Duran Duran.
Yeah, number 42.
They were kind of a chick band.
yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
It's My Turn by Diana Ross.
Yeah, it's my
Nobody
turn
knows
to
that
turn the page now.
Yeah, number 41. Now, this guy used to sing for Jefferson Starship in
Mickey.
the 70s. No, Marty Ballin, who Mickey Thomas replaced. And it's a song called Hearts.
Wow.
And he had a big hit with that. I remember that one. Don McLean, who is best known for American Pie, had a charting hit and went to number 40 with Crying, which I believe was a remake of the Roy Orbison song.
Probably.
Yeah. The Commodores, Lady, You Bring Me Up. I think that was was that the last year
Yeah, Lionel Richie was in
that
it.
Lionel Richie was in there?
Probably.
I think so. I think shortly afterward he left.
And good Lord, he's got a solid gold-plated toilet.
Oh, man. Several in his mansion where he can get lost wandering around in. Number 38 for that year was Passion by Rod Stewart. Oh, I know that song.
Do you?
Everyone needs passion.
Don't know it.
Number 37, Urgent by Foreigner.
one.
Now, that Foreigner 4 album was big that
Yes,
year.
it was. Was
So,
that
yeah.
4 or 4 that year?
Yep,
Yeah.
sure was. Number 36, The Manhattan Transfer, The Boy from New York City. They were an a cappella group. And so they sang.
Is that ooh ah ooh ah ooh ooh hitty?
Yep.
Tell us about the boy from
New
New
York.
I was sitting there trying to. I know this song,
Yep.
but I couldn't remember the tune.
Number 35, Woman in Love by Barbara Streisand.
Hey, I'm not my style of music, but what a voice!
What a
She's got
voice.
a magnificent voice.
Oh,
She
my
does.
Yeah.
And actually, that was a pretty good song.
Yeah. Number 34, Gino Vanelli, Living Inside Myself. That was definitely the adult contemporary stuff. I remember playing that. Living inside myself. You like that?
Butch.
You like that, do you? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she puts up with me. I don't know why.
I get to go home.
Number 33, There's No Getting Over Me, Ronnie Millsap. He's been on this list earlier, and he was tearing it up during this time. One of my favorite acts, number 32, REO Speedwagon, Take It on the Run. That High Infidelity album was a big album that year.
I was really, really big into REO.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
listen,
REO a
man. Favorite REO song? Riding the Storm Out. I
Absolutely.
Love that one. I love that.
Absolutely.
Great song.
That whole I had a greatest hits album,
Yeah.
and that everything on that was hella hit. But
That was good.
It was good stuff.
Number 31 for 1981, Elvira.
Really, really huge song.
It was big.
It was
The
a
Oak
cross
Ridge
genre.
Boys. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I couldn't stand that song. I just couldn't stand it. It was too gimmicky for me, I
We'd
guess.
sing it running in football, the shoe lap.
Yeah, Elvira.
Yeah, and there was more words added to it, but it was.
Number 30, The Best of Times by Styx. Like I said, they had
I
a
love that
big
one.
year that
That's
year.
a great album.
You talked about Barbra Streisand. She also had a duet at number 29 with Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees and Guilty. That was a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently what's been touted as my favorite band in the world at number 27 and 28, Air Supply with Every Woman in the World and the One That You Love. Just
Hey,
boom, boom.
Hats off to them. They were huge. They really were.
You know,
with a
they
lot of
had
people.
their
I just
genre.
didn't care for the music.
They had their genre.
And I like it more now than I did then.
Yeah. I don't know. It's real sappy, though.
I just
It's
remember in junior high, everybody was going to the Air Supply concert.
Yeah.
I
And I'm
remember
just-
that.
Just looking at them going,
Y'all have fun. Have fun over there. Neil Diamond, Love on the Rocks at number 26. Neil Diamond had a good year that year.
evidently.
Yeah. Well, he had a movie called The Jazz Singer out that year that he actually starred in, and a lot of the songs that ended up in this list were in that movie. So that's probably why. Number 25, Angel of the Morning, Juice Newton.
tune.
That was a great song.
Really is
Yeah.
a great tune.
She had a great voice.
She really
did.
did.
And what a cool name.
Juice Newton.
Juice Newton.
It's kind of like Joshua Ramsey.
By the way, one of our producers,
Yeah.
Josh Ramsey. Hey, Josh. How you doing, man?
Absolutely.
Stars on 45 medley by Stars on 45. I remember. I know that there was a song. I can't remember what all it was. I think it was a lot of old standards that they put to like a rock disco beat and did those two, but I can't really remember. Winner Takes All, ABBA. That might have been like one of their last charting singles.
Disco's over.
Yeah. Number 22, Sukiyaki by A Taste of Honey. I don't even remember that song. Do you remember that at all? Okay. Number 21, Woman by John Lennon.
That's a good. I had that one on 45.
Yeah. Number 20, I Love You, Climax Blues Band. Climax Blues Band has some cool stuff back in the day. Number 19, and here's a cool one, Slow Hand by the Pointer Sisters. And I want to go ahead and we're going to spotlight Chris a little bit on this one because someone else that covered this was Conway Twitty. Chris's Uncle Tommy,
Yep.
a lot of you guys don't know this, was the drummer for Conway Twitty.
He was.
And so there we tied it into Chris. Only we could tie in the Pointer Sisters to Chris Curtis.
Well, and I also have a version of that song, Butch.
Oh, cold hands? I have cold hands.
Because Butch's hands are always cold, so I'm always saying, I want a man with some cold hands. I got a lover with a freezing touch.
That's why I have to put them on the back of her neck.
Because I have hot flashes. I'm that age.
So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
so see, we complement each
Yeah.
other. I have cold hands. She has hot flashes.
Hey,
it works out.
I've accused my wife and daughter of trying to give me hypothermia and kill me.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the house. What are you doing?
That's what Butch said. He said, Debbie, if we can't turn this air up a little bit, my fingers are so cold they're going to break off.
I sit down in my chair. My hands get cold.
Yeah.
Number 18, Just the Two of Us, Grover Washington Jr. and Bill Withers.
Just the two of us.
I like that song. It's got a good groove to it. Number 17, The Tide is High by Blondie. Blondie,
I loved her. She's great.
she was cool. She had a cool factor about her that was just pretty neat.
And it's about the time that Greatest American Gigolo came out or whatever.
American Gigolo.
Gigolo.
Yeah.
This is about
And
the
that
time
was
that
Yeah.
came out.
Call Me. That she sang
Yeah, about
song.
that time.
And you know, I didn't care. I didn't appreciate her music as much as I do now.
Yeah.
One of those groups.
Number 16, A Woman Needs Love, Just Like You Do by Radio.
Don't know that
A
song.
woman needs love just like you do. Which,
know
by the
that
way,
song.
Radio, that's actually Ray Parker Jr., who, when he was solo, would go on to sing Ghostbusters.
Yep.
So, same guy. Blondie coming back in at number 15 for the year 1981 with Rapture.
That's a good tune.
Yeah, that's cool. Juice Newton back in at number 14 in Queen of Hearts.
Love that song too.
Yeah. Smokey Robinson, Being With You at number 13. Smokey Robinson has one of the smoothest voices
man. He's great.
ever.
Really great.
One of the coolest guys. Now, Sheena Easton, who was earlier in the charts, back on at number 12 with Morning Train 9 to 5, which was her first hit. Did you not learn one of your twirling routines? That she was a
Listen,
majorette.
Butch had another girl. Yes.
Say it isn't so.
Butch. I met Butch the first time. He had a different girlfriend.
Oh, I know who it was.
And we our little majorette line, our first little routine at band camp was to that song.
And this one time at band camp.
At band camp.
One time at band camp.
Number 11, theme from The Greatest American Hero. Believe it or not, Joey Scarborough.
I love that show.
I love that show.
Cute show.
That was a great
He was kind
show.
of an unlikely hero, though.
Yeah, he was supposed to be.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that
he's-
handsome?
No.
You know.
No, and he had no idea how to use the suit that he
Yeah.
had. That was hilarious.
It was funny. It was a good show, though. It had, what's the guy's name? He was a character actor. He was on Everybody Loves Raymond, too.
I don't know.
It'll come to me later. Someone's screaming at the radio or watching YouTube right now. Screaming
Yeah,
at
one of the 10 people that's watching.
One of the two. We have tens of viewers. Tens. I don't want to brag or anything like that, but, you know.
Oh.
Did you ever watch
We're
The
kind of
Adventures of Matthew Starr?
No.
That was a great show.
I don't know where she comes up
Yeah,
with
because
this.
you were talking about that hero show, Greatest
Oh,
American Hero.
okay.
And it made me think of The Adventures of Matthew Starr.
That was a
and
Saturday
that's one
morning
reason
show,
why
right?
I thought you were cute, because you kind of looked like him.
It was the hair.
It
was the brown football helmet
I'll have to
hair
pull
that
up
I
a
had
picture
back
of
in
him,
the
Chris, so
day.
you can see it.
It's the brown foot.
That's what it is.
And I
Center
also,
part.
Yeah, there's the butt part. You know, the blow dried butt part that was hairsprayed into place.
Blow dried. Not blow
You know.
dried.
Hey, man. Number 10.
Number 10. Moving on, we're going to Keep On Loving You by REO Speedwagon.
Great
Once
song.
again, that High Infidelity album
That's
was
their
just
best
a
song.
monster hit.
That's my favorite song of theirs.
No, like I said, Riding the Storm Out, and then
Yeah.
Keep On Rolling, Time for Me to Fly, and then some of these is where mine goes. Now this next one, big, iconic artist, huge movie that year.
That movie is hilarious.
It
too.
is, and that's 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton.
It was a great movie.
That was a great movie,
Yep.
and it was
Agreed.
funny. And
She's going to
then,
turn a rooster into a hen with one shot.
yes, she is, and
That's right.
I bet she could too.
Yep.
Number 8, I Love a Rainy Night, Eddie Rabbit. Like I said.
Sorry.
I love that song, too.
Yeah, Eddie Rabbit, well, like I said, during that time period, tore it up. Number 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final page.
The final page. The last 7 of the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 1981. You know, I feel like I should be doing that in a Casey Kasem voice. Ladies and gentlemen, number 7 on the list. Chris's favorite band ever, Hall & Oates. And Kiss on my list. A long-distance dedication going out to Chris Curtis.
I got a dedication for you.
Oh, man. That was a
So,
big hit.
This next song, number
Oh.
6 on the list.
Still one of
is-
the biggest party anthems of all
It
time.
is timeless. I mean, you win a basketball game or a football game or whatever.
Yep.
They're playing this song. That's for sure.
Okay, so this is a funny story. It's 2012. Van Halen was back with David Lee Roth, and they were touring. And
We
they
saw 'em.
And yes, but did you see them when Kool and the Gang opened in Tulsa?
No.
Kool and the Gang opened for Van Halen.
That would have been awesome.
And it was fantastic because you would think, no, man, everybody was just grooving. And, you know, when they played Celebration.
And they have that song Misled. I mean, they
Yeah.
were a rock band, too. Mm-hmm.
But Kool and the Gang, Celebration, number 6, a big one. Okay, next one right here, Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. That was a monster hit.
It was.
out there.
Obviously, it's number 5 on this
Yeah.
list.
Number 4, Just Like Starting Over by John Lennon. It's another good song that he had on that album. Like I said, the sad thing is these were all posthumous. For
Just Like Starting Over is a bigger song than Jesse's Girl.
Well, yeah, at the end of the year. I'm sorry. I mean,
I got a hard time buying it.
well, don't argue with me.
Evidently, everybody else didn't, Debbie.
Yeah, apparently the problem's you.
Apparently so.
Okay.
No. No, what?
What?
Dude, Ain't nothing wrong with her.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
The level of suck up that goes here. Ladies and gentlemen, a shop vac
It is working for me.
couldn't have that level. Number 3, Kenny Rogers, who was just tearing it up then. Lady. Lady.
My mother had a thing for Kenny Rogers.
Oh, your mom. My mom did too.
And listen,
I think it was the beard.
You remember when my dad went gray?
Yeah.
He'd get that beard out. My mom dug it because it reminded him of her of Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
That's funny. Number 2, Endless Love, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie.
And this is the start of Lionel leaving the Commodores.
It was because he said, "Oh, you mean I can keep all this money and I don't have to split it anyways?" So where do I sign that up?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was the beginning of that.
Next
And
thing
then the number
he's shooting a video in a Ferrari Testarossa. Anyway, go ahead.
Yep. And the number 1 song of the year. Debbie used to hate this song with a
And I
passion.
love it now.
And that's Betty Davis Eyes by Kim
It was
Carnes.
just my immaturity.
Yeah. But she's just, the way she would sing that.
All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll believe you.
Oh, my
sees
gosh.
you.
Oh, Debbie from now on has to be on every podcast.
I love
She
Debbie
should.
on the podcast.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is the top. I told you we'd get through them. The top 100. And we did it in less than an hour.
That's not bad.
The top 100 of 1981.
That's not bad.
I knew we could
That's not bad at all.
because we just skipped the ones that didn't matter.
Well,
Stuck
we're
to
not going to
ones that
say they
mattered to
didn't
us.
matter, but they weren't our favorites.
We just didn't know them.
We're trying to be, diplomatic here.
I'm not. They
Yeah.
suck, so we just didn't talk about them.
well,
If
they
you liked them,
sucked-
you were
If
wrong.
they
And
sucked, they wouldn't be on the list.
all you
That's
people
true.
wonder why we only have tens of listeners.
That's it.
It's me. It's my fault.
Ten
The
seven.
problem is me. There, all you Swifties. There, you can come on. You can be on. See there? I'm reaching out. I'm crossing generational lines here.
Man, that's a.
That's scary, isn't it?
Is your daughter a Swiftie, Chris?
I mean, not a Swiftie. She likes Taylor Swift, but not a Swiftie.
What's her music?
I don't know.
You don't know. What about Cannon?
Cannon listens to all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's funny to me. We'll be riding in the truck or something, and my music's playing in the truck because I refuse to listen to anything that he's wildly imaginative about. But he'll be singing. He'll know the words.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
You're raising them right.
So, but he
Here's-
told me that it was funny because we went to Fayetteville on Sunday to see him, and wanted to go play disc golf. And he goes, I always play music on my phone, just put it on my cart and let it play while I'm playing. And he goes, Dad, listen, I'm really into Champagne Supernova by Oasis right now. Can we listen to that? Yeah, we can listen to that. Great
Absolutely.
tune.
Yeah.
And I started asking him if he'd heard this and this and this, and he was like, yeah, I like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's
Yeah,
fun to watch.
So I have 2 sons. And Ryan likes, my youngest, basically anything we like
Yeah.
that we grew up on, he likes.
Trust me, man. I'll go see a concert with Ryan anytime.
Yeah, it was just Ryan. Ryan goes with us to these concerts, but Brad has kind of carved out his own little thing. Man, he likes his jazz standards.
He's an old soul.
He is. He likes Bobby Darin. He listens
Frank
like
Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. He digs that
right.
stuff.
And even like modern singers. that
Yo,
sing
he
that
likes a lot of
style.
modern
The
people in
chairman
that
of the
style.
board.
The chairman of the board. But I mean, he digs that stuff, man. He really
So-
likes it, which is really cool that he's got like, you know what, this is what I
His own
like,
style, yeah.
Absolutely.
and this is what I'm going to do,
the
and
way it
you
should
don't
be.
have to like it.
That's
You
the
know?
way it should be.
Yep.
The funny thing about Frank Sinatra, if you don't know this, people, but the Godfather movie, the Johnny Fontaine character
Yeah.
is Frank Sinatra.
It's based on him.
It
Yeah.
is based on Frank Sinatra. And I don't know if y'all know this, but the board tried to stop Mario Puzo from publishing this book.
Oh, I know.
And when I call the board, I'm saying those people you don't want to make mad.
Yeah. I'm sure Mario
When they end a
Puzo-
career, they
Yeah.
really end a
Yeah,
career.
you're not going to get another job
Make
after
them an
that.
offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for Debbie being here.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed it.
She's going to get the applause this time. So, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, thank you for jumping in with us, baby. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Coming in from your workout and everything. I'm telling you, man, she's tearing it up over there.
Yep.
She's going to be teaching a Pilates class before it's all said and done.
Pilates is tough, guys.
It is. I know it is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. RetroShow.net's where you can go to find out all about this thing we do here. We do appreciate you tuning in each week. Chris and I
Absolutely.
invite you to come back next week.
Please do.
All right. Bye, y'all.
AMF, guys.
See ya.